In this mission, you will better familiarize yourself with the 6 flight instruments in the Cessna 172. You are flying at 3,000 feet over the south shoreline of Long Island. I will go over each of the 6 flight instruments and you will do a series of maneuvers to observe the functionality of these instruments. The 6 flight instruments are located in the middle of the cockpit. They are the Airspeed Indicator, Attitude Indicator, Altimeter, Turn Coordinator, Heading Indicator, and the Vertical Speed Indicator. The upper left-hand instrument is the Airspeed Indicator. This instrument tells you how fast you are flying through the air, measured in knots. A good airspeed for safe flight is keeping the needle in the green arc while in flight. You are maintaining an airspeed of 80 knots. Let's get the needle to read 100 knots. To do this, add power and observe the movement of the needle. The more power you add, the faster the plane will fly. Be careful if you're flying within the yellow arc. The red line at 160 knots is the maximum speed of that aircraft. You can damage the aircraft if you go beyond that red line. You must maintain an altitude of 3,000 feet. Do not climb or descend until I tell you to do so. Alright, slow down to 80 knots. Reduce the power and observe the needle approaching 80 knots. Alright, slow down to 80 knots. Reduce the power and observe the needle approaching 80 knots. Now we will focus on 3 particular instruments: the Attitude Indicator, Heading Indicator, and the Turn Coordinator. These are the gyroscopic instruments, each powered by a gyroscope. The Attitude Indicator is the most important instrument to have in the aircraft. It indicates angle of pitch and bank. Pitch is moving the airplane up and down, while bank is moving the airplane left and right. This instrument also has an artificial horizon, distinguishing between sky and ground. You must maintain an altitude of 3,000 feet. Do not climb or descend until I tell you to do so. Each tick mark in the center of the instrument represents pitch angles of 5 degrees. On top are bank angles ranging from 10, 20, 30, and 60 degree angles. Below the Attitude Indicator is the Heading Indicator. The Heading Indicator tells you your direction of flight. You are flying a heading of 90 degrees, which is indicated as east. Each of the numbers shown are different headings that you can fly as well. To the left of the Heading Indicator is the Turn Coordinator. This instrument indicates rate and quality of the turn. The miniature airplane indicates rate of turn, while the inclinometer ball, the black ball, indicates the quality of your turns. To verify a coordinated turn, apply rudder in the direction of the turn to keep the ball in the center. You must maintain an altitude of 3,000 feet. Do not climb or descend until I tell you to do so. Observe the gyroscopic instruments in action. Turn left to a heading of 330 degrees on the Heading Indicator. On the Attitude Indicator, bank 20 degrees to the left, the second tick mark on top and to the left. Apply left rudder by sliding your left foot to keep the ball in the turn coordinator centered. Adjust to maintain an altitude of 3,000 feet. From this observation, you have seen all three of the gyroscopic instruments in action. They all work hand in hand, indicating the horizontal component of lift, the force that makes the airplane turn. Now, turn left 10 degrees. Bank 30 degrees to the left, which is the third tick mark in the altitude indicator. Gently slide your left foot to maintain a coordinated turn.
You are supposed to turn left, not right 090 degrees. Turn left immediately. You are supposed to turn left, not right 090 degrees. Turn left immediately.
Now we will focus on the last two instruments in the six-pack, the altimeter and the vertical speed indicator. The altimeter, located to the right of the attitude indicator, indicates your height above sea level. Right now, you are at 3,000 feet. The big hand on the 0 measures in hundreds of feet, while the smaller hand on the 3 measures in thousands of feet. The minuscule hand between the 0 and the 1 indicates in 10,000s of feet. Below the altimeter is the vertical speed indicator. This tells you rate of climb and descent. Since the needle is on the 0, your nose is level. Anything above it indicates climb, and below it indicates a descent. Each number indicated represents hundreds of feet when added. Observe both instruments along with the airspeed indicator. Climb and maintain 3,500 feet and maintain a climb rate of 500 feet per minute, read as the 5 on the VSI. Add full power as your airspeed will decrease while climbing. As you climb, you should lean your mixture back to increase performance. Pull the red knob back slightly on the throttle quadrant. Remember, as altitude increases, air becomes thinner. Now descend back to 3,000 feet while maintaining a 500 feet per minute descent on the VSI. Look for the 5 below the 0. Reduce your power. The airspeed will increase on your descent. After performing your climb and descent, the altimeter and the vertical speed indicator work hand in hand to provide the indicated altitude and rate to get there. Both these two instruments, along with the airspeed indicator, are pitot-static instruments, powered by ram air flowing into the static port of the aircraft. Congratulations, you have successfully completed the Flight Instruments mission. You can now fly the plane, fully aware of the importance of these 6 flight instruments.